Welcome to BW POV. Today I would like to talk to y'all about Minneapolis, George Floyd, Renee Good. They have been the center of injustice. They're seeking justice. I would like to look into it and we can break it down. I will welcome y'all comments. I love feedback. But I'm going to also use my own injustices that I have experienced in my life. And let's see where it goes from there. What up, what up? I was looking over my YouTube page and y'all got me there. I'm at 50. But by YouTube policy I have to wait 24 hours so before I can go live. And as soon as them 24 hours up, folks, I will be going live. But I wanted to do this video for y'all. So y'all can sort of get a feel about my perspective on things and what I'm talking about. This Renee Good, it really moved me. I mean, I done stayed quiet on a lot of things, but this right here is, it's like Minneapolis has became like a measuring stick. As you know, that's where George Floyd got killed back in 2020. I'm thinking that was like May 2020. I'm not sure, but I know it was in 2020. I'm thinking it was May. And here in January, on the 7th, Renee Good get killed there, both by law enforcement. And it's like a measuring stick. I mean, they went from 0 to 100. 0, not saying George Floyd was 0 or nothing like that, but it's extreme. And it's what my community of people have been complaining about for years or decades, basically almost centuries, But we've been complaining about it. I have experienced injustice myself, The Lord put his grace on me and I survived. And I'm thinking that George Floyd had children, and I know Renee Good had children. And yes, George Floyd did have children. And these people is no longer in their children's lives. And but for the injustice I went through, it was pretty much devastating to my family. But the difference is I'm here. I was spared. For some reason, I was spared. And it just this one incident. I mean, I done saw a lot that go on the news. I know this type of treatment, law enforcement doing this type of treatment in my neighborhood has been going on for the longest. So when it comes to, I hate to say it like this, but when it comes to like a person, we sort of like numb. When it comes to our people, we done got numb, or we done learn how to sidestep it and stuff like. Well, like in my case, I pretty learned a good bit about the law. I learned a lot about the law. As the channel go on, hopefully I'll be able to get more in depth with it. But right now, for the first video, I want to reflect more on what's going on in Minneapolis. And like I say, as soon as them 24 hours is up, I will be opening up the live. So people that want to, they give me, put their input in it. We can work together, brainstorm. And I really want, especially my generation, I'm part of Generation X. And I want us to come together, and we need to leave something behind where it's some type of safety net so this won't continue to go on in this country. Our forefathers were great visionaries. I feel like they was great visionaries. They wrote the Constitution. Because of the Constitution, people done got out of oppression. My people, for example, because of the Constitution, we came up from a lot of oppression. We still got it some today, you know. But it's not too extreme like what my mama or my grandmother had to go through, or ancestors before them. My mother was born in the late 40s. So she experienced the Jim Crow era and everything, you know. For my generation, I was, born in the late 70s. And for my generation, I went through the crack epidemic. It was problem with police, law enforcement then. If y'all remember, you can go back, it was Roddy King incident. Lord spare him. They beat that man, you know. He had his problems, but the intensity of it was not cause for. So let's get into it. I follow Status Coop. I hope that I don't get in too much trouble with YouTube about using their material. But I think YouTube gives the new YouTubers a little leeway in the beginning. But Status Coop is right now, it's like a news format, social media. They right there in the heat of it. They are right in there in the heat of it. And I want to show y'all a little bit of what's going on there. I'm gonna get it together. Y'all, I'm old school. I ain't just as tech savvy as some of these young folks here. But I can do a little bit though. I can do a little bit. Let me put it up, y'all. Okay, I wanna, let's see here. Let's look a little bit at it, cause it's a lot going on.
There's a small fire behind us being set. That's set by the gas canister. Over here. What's up behind you? Come up with.
Let's go back a little bit. God. Now, excuse the commercials. Let's go back just a little bit.
He has a gas canister in his hand. Who the fuck are you? Yeah. Get out of here! Get the fuck out of here, bitch! Pepper spray was sprayed. He has a gas canister in his hand. Who the fuck are you? Yeah. Get out of here! Get the fuck out of here, bitch! Pepper spray was sprayed.
There's a woman who's 38 weeks pregnant in the bottom of a duplex. The top half, there was a shooting that happened. And we don't know if it was a police or MPD or if it was a separate shooting. I'm not sure. The last thing I know is they were trying to get a midwife into the bottom half because she is 30 weeks pregnant and they were worried that she was going to give birth in the bottom.
Watch out, John.
Yeah.
Anything else that you've heard that you know?
They blocked off 4 blocks around the perimeter, so no one is allowed in. And I'm not sure if the woman has received medical care yet. I really hope she has. And I heard that the person upstairs on the 2nd level is not coming out because they were scared of ice. And I heard that there were shots. I'm not sure if that means the person was shot and is waiting, but we'll see, I guess.
We've heard that a younger person was shot in the leg.
I haven't heard about the leg. I heard that there was a person shot, and so It's likely that they could be waiting there. We don't know because we've just been running around. So I was going to go check it out to see if there was anybody else that had any updates.
Thank you. Sharing your name?
I'm Jayla. I work with the community newspaper North News and support your local media.
So another person shot. They're killing people. They're killing people. They're killing my people just because of their skin color. Even if we're citizens, they don't care. They're fucking racist.
What they cleared the scene. They committed shots fired at the
They
people
shot
who are
someone.
understandably angry.
They went into a pregnant lady and her husband and her kids, and they shot the husband.
They shot the husband. They shot the husband.
Yes.
Was this part of the like? Was it a direct raid? Was it a like? They do the driving by and like see somebody, you know?
They went inside their home. So they're inside the house right now. They went inside their house.
I want everybody to listen up right here. This happened right here in our own community on 24th and Lindale. This the north side. This the heart of the community, yo. Everybody screaming out, this ain't our fucking problem. This is our fucking problem. This is our fucking fight. They're coming in our neighborhoods, going door to door, and they're shooting, and they're killing us. What part don't anybody understand? It don't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, Hmong, Somali, they're killing us. I should not be in our neighborhood. They should not be in our community. ICE need to be dismantled. Literally. Y'all still here.
They're firing gas. Looks like they've been firing off.
Well, with that last man, I agree with him when he say they pretty much need a dismantling or just rebuilt from the ground up, because what they doing right now is not good. It's not good at all. It's not a black and white situation no more in people. It's just not. It's more of a power and who don't got power. Basically, it ain't even about rich and poor. It don't seem like. It's about who got power and who don't. Basically. And it's just ridiculous. Us as the people, we need to take the power back. We are the boss of the government. If you really look at it, we are the boss. They work for us. They work for us. And we need to start, using our rights. We need to reinforce things. That's why the Constitution is there. Dr. King Day is right around the corner. It's on the 19th. It's one thing that I do have to say about the people in Minneapolis. They need to look at the blueprint of Dr. King protest. He had the perfect blueprint. Perfect. It was so effective. And we know this to the day. We got a day where we celebrate his existence, The officers there, they overabusing their power, of course, And when it comes to the Renee Good situation, from the stuff that I'm getting, the news I'm getting is that Trump is backing the officer that shot Renee Good. I don't know if he looking at the same footage that we can look at. It wasn't no call for lethal use. They do need better training. He could have shot at her tires or, I don't even really think gunplay should have been involved. They said that she tried to run him over. How the way I'm looking at it, I don't think her intent was to run and try to hit him. And how the way from the video that I looked at, it don't even look like she hit him. It looked like she just, she went, how the way she cut, it was real close now, but she didn't hit him. And his first instinct was to open fire. First thing you should be looking at a license plate. She, in a sense, she was incompliant, because they did, as you can hear in the video. They gave her a couple commands, a couple of orders to do. They asked to get out and something else, but you can look it up on YouTube and you can see the video. I'm not going to constantly replay that over here out of respect of her and her family. And but look it up on YouTube. They got footage of it. They even released the body cam where you can see it. So it just baffled me. Why would his first instinct to be to open fire? It don't make any sense to me. I'm not gonna be on this video long. I'm up kind of late, but I saw the count of subscribers. I said, hey, they showed up and showed out. We made it to that 50 subscribers so I can go live. Because basically, I want my channel flow man is interacting with people. I want to receive opinions. Everything I ain't going to agree with. Everything y'all ain't going to agree with what I say. But let's agree to disagree and somehow meet in the middle and see if we can help solve some of these issues that's going on. What we can do as a collective to help the masses. You understand what I'm saying? And it's getting outrageous. It's just too much. It's too much. Because it wasn't no way he should have used lethal force. No way. No way. But on a good note.
Some gas still in the area of the house.
But on a good note, on yesterday, January the 16th, 2026, the U.S. federal judge issued a preliminary injunction, ordering injunction, y'all. I'm sorry to country, so I get tongue-tied. All right. Ordering the U.S. Immigrants and Customs Enforcement and Department of Homeland Security agents to stop using pepper spray, tear gas, and other non-lethal crowd control ammunition against peaceful protesters in Minneapolis area. That's a very good thing. So they don't start. But on the crowd part, they need some people there, if they want to really organize, they need to really take a look at Dr. King's video footage, and he had the perfect blueprint. With his non-violent stance was great, because he really, by him promoting non-violence, he made the opposition look like fools. It's this one famous video scene. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see here. Let me see here. 19. Footage of Dr. King march. Let me see what I can get from this, y'all. But it was one march where they had put the dolls on them, and that's when, if I ain't mistaken, that's when JFK really got involved. He really got involved where they sick the dolls on the young people. And because it wasn't no cause for it. It was no cause for it. I'm just gonna say it like this. Footage of Dr. King where the dogs attacked the children. But yeah. Well, they don't really want to. Oh, I found something. I found something. Okay.
We turn now to look back at an historic protest in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yep,
60
Birmingham, Alabama.
years ago today.
Yeah.
Beginning May 2nd, 1963,
Well, it been
thousands of
62.
children began a
Well,
week-long
almost 62
series of
years now.
protests against segregation in Birmingham. The campaign became known as Crusade. When the children took to the streets, the local head of the police, Bull Connor, used high-pressure fire hoses and dogs to attack the children, many of whom were arrested. Images of the police violence was broadcast around the world. One photograph captured the moment when a white police officer allowed a large German Shepherd dog to attack a young black boy. The Children's Crusade began at the 16th Street Baptist Church. 4 months after the protests began, the Ku Klux Klan bombed the church, killing 4 little girls: Addie Mae Collins, Carol Robertson, Cynthia Wesley, and Denise McNair. In a moment, we'll be joined by 2 guests to talk about the Children's Crusade in Birmingham. But first, let's turn to the scholar and activist Angela Davis, who grew up in Birmingham. This is...
So yeah, there was a dramatic turning point then. That right there, that really got civil rights act going. JFK, he stepped in and he did his part, and of course we know he lost his life behind foolishness. People messed up point of views, you know, but I appreciate Dr. King, I appreciate JFK, what they gave up. The Kennedy children, JFK children, they lost their father at a very young age. You could imagine how the way that affect them, even though they got money. I mean, his son, he was just a little bitty boy, and he grew up without his father. It ain't nothing like your father. It ain't nothing like, especially if you got a good father. Ain't nothing like it. But I just want to do a little video and you know, so we can get the feel of what my little vision is, and I would like to for us to brainstorm together and see if we can figure out something to slow down this confusion. It's just crazy. It's ridiculous. And as the channel grow, the more we grow.